get going.
I finally won a toss, bro. God damn.
And the Cardinals will kick it away to start us off.
Finally.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's brought down into the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Finally won a damn toss.
First down here for the offense. Direct snap. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season and early season showdowns
running
like
back,
this,
bro.
both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody.
Look how big this is, Paul. God dang.
We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Leaves it with the back. Running with power.
God damn.
Still on his feet at the 45. Good pickup there as he gets the first down.
Bro.
Mark him at the 48.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Tackle this nigga, bro.
The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. Snap it to the back.
Really, bro?
Makes it past the marker. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Husker.
I don't know how many people expect
Bro,
this
one
to
nigga,
happen
bro.
playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was the big time.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and he finished things off by racing 37 yards to the end zone.
Bro, one nigga, bro.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Line gets set. First down.
One nigga, bro.
RPO complete to open the drive. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Really, bro.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
That's my fault, because I said he already this shit wrong.
Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
The Cardinals will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, what a move! Puts him in the spinner and moves on. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive, he lobs one high down the left side. And the pass is intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They go right back to it. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13. After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's
I got feet with this nigga, though.
Or you can take off and run. That time,
right.
Get the first down.
I got feet with this
challenge
nigga.
for the defense moving forward.
Give to Brown. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Immediately fires to the middle. At the 45 on his way. A huge play.
So I was trying to hit last, just the last one.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the 1st quarter.
Right, Kay.
And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second.
All right. Excuse me.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They're going to ride this running back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down back.
They can really be aggressive after that last play of 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. And that pass picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Might as well stick with him.
Thank you.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage after a loss of 3.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's
Thank
not
you.
going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important.
Come on,
Trying
Sprout.
to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they gambled in their
Great
own end,
stop.
turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop the forced punts, and then this is just
Wait a minute,
Now
that
they
nigga
go
played. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, this nigga pay.
side of the field, with a big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
And the Cardinals trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cardinals.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again.
Good shot, Cardinals.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance for this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They ran it on 1st down, now on 2nd. They'll try the run.
God damn it.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense. Whether it's the option or whether it's conventional, they've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
Might as well give it to him again.
Finally.
They'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The Huskers racing to the line in the hurry up. The give to the back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been humming.
And the Huskers are marching down the field. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Gets it out quickly. Quick spin on the run. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Using the quick game. They stripped it out. Oh, and just like they drew it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down.
Man,
and it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a
I don't know what for he got the ball back.
Will overturn the call. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Steps away to find some room. Tight end finds a soft
Ain't no
spot.
way he caught that.
He's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively. But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. More plays together like that right there. Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Touch pass on the run. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
The Huskers have pushed it inside the 20.
Bro.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the
No
first
shit
down.
coming, dog. And it's like...
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got some room, headed to the goal line.
No, bro.
And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin
Look
Connors.
at that
Kevin, what do
ugly
you
ass
got?
thing.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. SMU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Doak Walker among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Virginia. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to... What a snag by the defense. Looking for more room. At the 20.
Really,
He's at
bro?
the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.
That's my fault.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Using his legs to buy some time. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there. And they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Wants to fire on second down. He rifles one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw one pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again. Or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got it in the middle. It's Hughes. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Looking to go up top on first down.
What you throwing at?
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pulls it in. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try along. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket.
Biscuits.
Is that guy's foot human? My goodness.
Biscuits.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and try to field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Oh, he's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half.
Bro, I wish I could have ran that bit that, bro.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Huskers will line up to kick off and start the second half.
This ain't another comeback, bro.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his progression.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Cardinals get enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He leaves it with his back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab.
Let's go.
Score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. Here we go. Now on the option. The pitch. He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they
Let's go. We right back in it.
16-yard throw for the touchdown.
Right back in it.
The kickoff team out there getting set.
Right back in it, y'all.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hall. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big
Come
mistake,
on,
man.
bro.
Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
To the ground, he's got it again. Still on his feet at the
Damn it.
45. They'll get him down at the 14
Oh.
after the 15-yard gain.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The handoff to Johnson. At the 40, there he goes. Nothing
Really,
but
bro?
green ahead. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
I don't know what else I can fucking do, bro.
Pushes for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score.
God, bro.
Touchdown, Huskers. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job
I
on
know
the
it's fucking
offense
run
extending
coming
their
in.
lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return.
Know the shit coming, bro. They can't do shit about the fucking run, bro.
Offense is headed back out on the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Got out of trouble and throws.
Thank you, Jesus.
The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's going to run it. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quickly to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too?
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
The Cardinals are moving quickly down the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Using his feet to buy time.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus.
Might hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
Thank you,
And this
Jesus.
quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The aerial assault continues. Fires to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes a grab enough for the
Bro.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. Receiver, he knew where he wanted to go with it.
I caught it, bro.
The only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout
Home
later.
cooking, baby.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to move it through the air. Moving out of the pocket. Unleashes one. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. He's going to pass. Makes the catch. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll run it from the gun. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way. Knocked it right down.
Nah, defense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hall. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. First down to start the drive after the break. They think there's room to run to the right here. Oh, it's out. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way.
What?
Those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turn.
That's what I needed.
And he's wrapped up after a
Man,
solid
that nigga
return
hurt.
on the pick.
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
On second down, will they go back to the ground game? He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
Really, bro?
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's got his man. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things.
Oh, my.
Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Oh, my God, bro.
Down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Offense set on first down. Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Running back goes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Yes, sir.
Just pick up 2 to the 34. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on 3rd and long. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Breaks the tackle.
Oh, my God, bro. You own it.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always
You let a quarterback block you, bro.
Fake this pass, and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it, and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Looking to throw. Fires to the right. Oh,
That bullshit play, bro.
Touchdown, Nebraska. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Fucking bullshit play, bro.
The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
They just fucking trash plays,
How great is
bro.
this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Trash plays, bro.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack.
Trash
This
plays,
one
bro.
feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just...
It's complete. A huge pickup. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Quarterback checking off. Going up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me.
He hurls one deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
That's the way you get things going. A huge play and now attacking from just inside the red zone. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that.
Into the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Bro, that nigga ran a fucking body on my damn throat, bro.
As they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense is headed back out on the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Cardinals. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by just 2 over Virginia. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Okay, you have a 2-score advantage here, so while you want to be aggressive, David, don't hand them a cheap one.
Dang right. I'm not being reckless. I can still be aggressive.
Really, bro?
Punt is not the worst thing, Jesse, in this situation in the fourth quarter.
You're right, David. You don't want to be reckless. So as a play caller here, let's dial up some things you know your quarterback sees well in the passing game.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. On the option. He'll toss it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. 4th down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? On the option. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe because it wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. He didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually just kind of one stop with this many points that were being scored. You got to stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.